You're still going to get benefit in your elbow, but now you're going to get benefit in all your joints, all over your body, systemically.
My understanding is BPC-157 can initiate fibroblast migration, some of the cells that make up the various connective tissues that when injured or sore, other things can make us injured or sore, of course, but when injured or sore, that those need repair.
Yeah.
So it always was perplexing to me why one could put BPC-157 in such a small volume under the skin, you know, just a few centimeters off the belly button, and it would somehow seek out the injury site in an elbow or an Achilles. And there are all these wild anecdotal tales of, you know, lore of, let's just say there was this Olympic athlete, not this last Olympics, but the previous Summer Olympics, that had a torn Achilles who came back a few weeks later and everyone was, and medaled. People were talking about, you know, took podium, that is, and people were talking about BPC-157. But kind of wild, the idea that you could just inject something systemically, put it into the systemic circulation, into the bloodstream, and it would ferret out the location in which the injury took place and initiate a recovery response.
You know, and there's, you know, people, you know, grow their muscle, but we don't stretch the tendons and ligaments well. And that's where we get pull, sometimes strain and sprain and tearing. And I think that's where BPC shine. That's certainly where it's been studied in animal studies. And I know that because we can inject it directly into tendons, which is unlike steroids. BPC, we mix with things like PRP, PRF, which is platelet-rich fibrin, a little bit different than PRP. And you'll get healing within days.
BPC is definitely shorthand for BPC-157. That is certainly in widespread use. I have been concerned, just personally, about gray market sources that contain contaminants, and the fact that many people are obtaining BPC-157 not from a physician, not from a compounded pharmacy, but just kind of on, quote unquote, on the internet.
Sure.
What's the story with BPC now? And maybe we could talk about gray market versus
I think it's a great question.
You know, versus prescribed and made at a compounding pharmacy versus pharmaceutical company pharmaceuticals.